I hope you guys are well and safe and enjoying your life. Uh, I hope you liked my video last time, and I hope that you have enjoyed the tutorial. And just a quick recap that what we have done in the last video in the part 1, that we actually set up the Pfsense firewall on the VirtualBox, and we installed it, and we set up as well. We also enabled the WAN interface or WAN GUI access, to access it from a laptop, because within the virtual machine it's sometimes very slow. So that's why I just set up the Pfsense firewall WAN interface to be accessible from the devices on the WAN interface. So that's how you can say the whitelist the WAN network, so that we can access it from our laptops. So this is this was the basic thing which we did in last tutorials, and I hope you enjoyed. And if you have any question, guys, you can always leave a comment, and I will try my best to answer that. Also, I would request you to please like and subscribe my videos and my channel, and please share it with your friends. If somebody is really interested in network and in tech stuff, please share it with them, or share it in your groups. And this will appreciate my efforts, and I will get more feedbacks, and keep me motivated to make more videos like that. So that's the thing. So the pretty much it for the initial startup. So what are we gonna discuss in this video? So very obvious, the quick overview what we did in the last video, and of course I will walk through the different tools and things on the Pfsense firewall which we set up last time, and you will enjoy this. And this is a very important lecture as well, that you will need to see how the Pfsense firewall is working, what are the tools are available there, and how these tools are working. So we start now, and we will start from the very basic things. Just to let you know, guys, before I move to the next slide, that I last time I set up the VirtualBox on my laptop from which I'm making the video. I set up the Pfsense firewall on it, and I set up the virtual machine, but my laptop ran out of resources. So what I decided to set up the Pfsense firewall the same way I mentioned in my video on one of my MacBook Mini here, and from that I'm going to access the Pfsense firewall on my local laptop. Just don't worry, I know it's too much information, but you will understand how I will access it from my laptop when the Pfsense firewall is running on another machine. You will understand when I will show you the diagrams about the network and everything. So basically this is the setup which I'm going to be working on. So this is my firewall at the moment. You can see only a lot of virtual machines are there, but at the moment only 2 virtual machines are active. Okay, so we have one firewall running, and then then we have a web server as well. This is a CentOS Linux web server. By the way, I also left a comment, a link last time in my video, where you can go and check how we can install Linux or CentOS on the VirtualBox. It will help you to follow through this tutorial. And if you don't have any problem, or if you are comfortable with the VirtualBox and setting up the virtual machines, then no problem, you can follow that. So basically how we are going to work, and how we are actually doing the things here. To understand the things better, I would suggest you to go through this diagram. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is quickly took the screenshot, so it's easy for me to highlight the things here. So guys, this is our of course the ISP, the internet service provider. Okay, and then we have the firewall here. Okay, now Firewall have two interfaces. One interface is this, which is LAN interface, and one interface is this, which is the WAN interface. Okay, if you go through my last lecture, you will see that when I was setting up the firewall virtual machine from the VirtualBox, I added two NICs. Okay, two network interfaces there, and you can see that we have two interfaces. Okay, now you can see the IP addresses of both. One is 192.168.0.1 and 192.168.1.1. Both are the different networks. Okay, and then we have a virtual machine, which I showed you in my last slide, that we have a virtual machine that is connected to the LAN interface. Okay, this one, and also it have this IP address. Okay, and at the moment you can see that my laptop here, my laptop is here from where I'm making this video. Okay, and I will try to access as we enabled the WAN GUI access in the last video, so we can easily access the Pfsense firewall from our laptop. All right, so that is how it's gonna work, and let's hit on here. So what I'll do is I'll open my, so first thing before I move further, you can see the IP address of my firewall is 192.168.0.221 from where I'm going to access it. So you can see that 221, here we are, and I was already logged in. Otherwise, typically it asks for the credentials, and so that's how it works. Okay, so guys, the next thing is that what I'm gonna do here is we are going to go through different things. So if you go to the Pfsense firewall here, you can see that there are a whole bunch of options there and everything, but I'll go through one by one and you will understand that. So first of all, the dashboard, you can see we have a different things here. So for example, the system information, so we have the name of the firewall, or if we have any custom domain we want to use, you can use that. You can see that admin 192.168.0.115, that's my laptop IP address. Now I am connected through my laptop with admin user, that's why it's saying that this is the user which is connected to this firewall. So you can see that. Also, you have the version of the Pfsense firewall. You have the updates as well, that 2.6 is available. You can download it and upgrade your firewall. And then you have of course the time zone. You can see that it's Saturday, June 25, 2022. We have for example uptime, it's up from last 1 hour and 7 minutes. Current date is, you can see that. DNS is currently using the local DNS. We can use the Google as well, 8.8.8 or 8.8.4.4. We have, for example, load average. We have CPU usage. We have memory usage. Swap is not being used at the moment. You can see memory usage, almost 2 gigs was assigned to the Pfsense firewall. And we also have the disk usage as well. We assigned actually 15 GBs of the disk usage here. So that's basically is the Pfsense firewall system information. And the dashboard, now it is highly customizable. We can add a lot of things to this. So for example, traffic graphs, so we can add the traffic graphs, and you can see that WAN interface, how much traffic is coming, how much traffic is going. So here, for example, traffic which is coming in the Pfsense firewall from the WAN or LAN interface is the upload speed, and traffic is going out is the download speed. All right, so that's how the traffics can be seen and can be managed from here. One thing which I would say to try, so for example, we have 2 seconds interval is set up. We can set up for the 1 second interval. You can save it, and now you will see that it will send statistics every second. See that every second we are getting the statistic here. So it's a very handy tool. Next, I would say, for example, interface statistics. It's receiving the interface data. So for example, you can see the packets from the LAN interface. So for example, if we ping 192.168.0.221, which is our firewall IP, if we ping it, you can see that the packets here, you see that it started increasing. So you know that because we are sending the packets here. We can stop this one. The next thing which we have here is for example, NTP status, the network time protocol. Okay, you will see that from where it's getting its time. Okay, this is, I'm not sure what exactly this IP is, but we can check from here. And who is, and then the IP, and you can check it actually. You see that this is getting the time from here. I'm not sure what exactly this interface is, but IP is, but it's getting the time from here. Sorry. The next thing which we have here is for example, I would say the gateways. The gateways, you can see it's using the Pfsense network gateway, so which I showed you here, 192.168.0.1. that's our WAN interface, so it's using it as default gateway. And also we are using the other services which you can say, for example, services status. So it will tell us what services are at the moment, are running on that. So so you see that DHCP, we have syslog, dpinger, and unbound, and these are the DNS. This is the DNS service, and we have SSHD service as well there. So for example, I'll just give you a quick one here. So for example, if we SSH this, so this is our Pfsense firewall IP. So if we SSH to this, you can do it, and by putting the password, you will see that, yeah, you see I am in. This is our WAN interface, this is our LAN interface. Just ignore this one because this is, I just enabled it for my own other testing purposes, but we can, just think it's not there. But at the moment we have only these two interfaces which are working. Okay, and we have bunch of whole options there from the Pfsense. You can restart, you can set up the interfaces, which is very important, or assign the interfaces, and a lot of things as well which we can do from here. So this is a very good thing we can, because the SSH service is running at the moment. If for example I stop this, and we'll see now when it will be stopped. Yeah, so now SSH service is not running here, and now if we try to log into via SSH, we will not be able to log in because the service is is down, because we just removed the service there, and it's not gonna be let anybody to SSH to Pfsense firewall. So you can see that it's a pretty fascinating and pretty manageable things from your dashboard. You can easily do the things from here, and you see that it says the connection, the operation time out on the port 22. It is not receiving any traffic. So for example, if now I run this service, and we'll see that the service is started. And now if we do the same thing, and you see it's asking for password, and if I enter the password, you'll see that we are in. So it's kind of a nice thing here. From the dashboards, we have whole bunch of different options as well. You can go through this, and you can go, for example, the firewall logs as well is a very important one. Usually you can check the traffic from where it's coming from. You see that. So you can use these traffic use this these different filters here, and you can you can manage your Pfsense firewall and the interfaces, traffic and everything. So you can also drag and drop as well. So for example, you want to put it up, you can do that as well. This is also a good thing. Now, talking of the network and interfaces here, I would also like to tell you that the Pfsense firewall, if so, you see that here. We'll go to the next slide and I'll tell you a bit better here. Okay, so I'll just take a screenshot so that I can draw the things here. I don't have much tools here to do the things, but here's the diagram. Okay, by default, this server, which is behind the firewall, can access the WAN interface, can access, for example, can send the packet all the way to the IP, to the ISP, and it, for example, can ping google.com. It can, browse anything it want. But from WAN interface or anything from the ISP to the virtual machine is not allowed. All right, is not allowed. You cannot do that. So for example, you can see this is my laptop. All right, now if I want to send a packet from my laptop to this virtual machine, you can see the IP address 192.168.1.120. it is not possible. All right, I'm just going to get this away. So if I say ping 192.168.1.120, which is the, of course, the the IP address of the virtual machine, you can see it's giving timeout. It is not pinging. See that it's not receiving any. Why? Because by default the traffic is not enabled from the WAN to LAN. Is not allowed from WAN to LAN. So, but by default, this server can ping the WAN, but WAN cannot ping or cannot send any traffic to LAN. To do that, we have to set up a couple of things, all right, and couple of protocols there, and rules, net rules. For the next videos where I will be setting these rules and the the other parameters, I would suggest you to clear the concepts of DHCP, how network, how port forwarding works, or what ports we use for couple of common services. It's very good to know as well for network or sysadmin engineer. So that's that's how the traffic will flow in between that. The next thing I would say, for example, if we go through the general setup here, okay, general setup, you can see you can set up your host name, your domains and everything. You can set up your time zone. You can set up your time server as well. You can set up your theme. So for example, you have themes. So for example, you want to say red, user create themes, or unsupported, use at your own risk. Okay, we'll see, maybe this one. All right, let's see. And you have a whole bunch of other options as well. You can simply save it, and it's actually loading at the moment, and changes are saved. Okay, now if we go to the other things, so for example, if we see the user management, that's a very important one. So at the moment we have only admin user, and we can add user here. So for example, if I want to give an access to some other user, so for example, I would say John, yeah, maybe this is a username, and I set up a password for John. Full name, I would say, for example, John Vic, maybe. You can confirm the password as well here, and that's it. And you can set up the expiry dates as well. So I want this user to be expired maybe tomorrow, and you can use other custom settings. So this is very important one. We want to get this user as the member of this group, and this is the admin. And then if we have the authorized SSH keys, we can do that. You can save it, and now we have the John user as well here, and we have given him all the access there. Okay, so for example, if we sign out now from here, from where we can sign out, so log out, yep. And if we go for John now, and we'll see that it will be logged in with these credentials, and now we are logged in as John. All right, and you can see here as well. So that's the thing. Then we have the WAN interface, which I've already shown you, WAN and LAN, and we have the LAN interface. You can change the IPs and everything. See 192.168.1.1, which is here. You can see that. And then we have firewall rules. These are the very deep topics to cover, and you know, it's an important one as well. We need to see how these things will work as well. Then services, DHCP, DNS, NTP, SNMTP, SNMP, and you know, a whole bunch of other services there. We have VPN, IPsec, Open Pfsense, L2TP. We can check the status of the for example, if we check the status of the, for example, DHCP lease. So for example, if we go there, you can see that web server 1 is connected, which I've shown you. You can see here web server 1, which is running. And what's the IP address of web server 1 is here. You can see 192.168.1.120, and you can see it's assigned here. Then we have the MAC address as well, and you know, that's how, you know, it's still active. Lease is there, and you know, a whole bunch of options there. And we have so just check, yeah, so we see that it's online as well here. And yeah, so that's how it's gonna work. You can see where the pool is ending. Okay, so if you go to the service, for example, DHCP server, you can check the statistics. Go back, and you can see that the pool is from 120 to 140. We can increase that as well, and the IPs are assigning from these ranges. So that's, you know, pretty much an overview of the Pfsense firewall. I would, you know, suggest you go through this and check maybe more deeper into it. But look, that's how Pfsense firewall works, and the services, we will dig deeper into the other services as well. That's pretty much it, guys, from this tutorial. I hope you like my video. I would request you to please like and share this video and subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon. And I will come up with more interesting topics and the videos on Pfsense firewall. Till then, you know, just, you know, stay safe and take care of you and your people around you. And I'll see you in the next tutorial. Thank you very much for supporting me. I've seen in the last video, I've seen a good response, good views from different, especially from the United States. I saw that my traffic was, you know, the more of the users was coming from there. I would, you know, request you to share it with your friends and with your colleagues who are interested in networking and Pfsense. It, you know, will keep me motivated and, you know, making more videos. So thank you very much, guys, and we'll see you soon.